Good morning, Sarah. How are you today?
Good.
Good, good. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. I just really wanted to touch in with you to see if you could tell us a little bit about this experience that you've embarked on, this journey with our yoga community training.
Okay. The Rayasana School of
Yes.
Yoga Therapy. So
Mm-hmm.
I've had my eye on going to yoga school for quite a while,
Mm-hmm.
and what prompted me to do this was actually very personal. I've been under a lot of stress, and I wanted a stress management program. Actually.
Wow. So stress management. I
Yeah.
don't think we've thought of it as that. Tell me more.
Anytime I do something, it usually fits in several different parts of my life, and that
Mm-hmm.
was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it has fulfilled that. It has given me really good tools,
Mm-hmm.
and also in the practice of doing yoga, I'm feeling better and better. And um, the other thing I wanted was a structured understanding of yoga. I've done yoga for a lot of years. I've done a lot of reading,
Mm-hmm.
but this gave me a framework
Mm.
that helped my understanding, the focused study. And I think the third thing I was looking for was actually community and friendship.
And we didn't have any of that in this group, right?
And that's been lovely
Good.
to meet women, in this case, outside of my workplace, because when you're working, it's hard to get out and have energy for more things. And this way, I've gotten to know people more personally, and that's been wonderful.
That's awesome. You know, you were talking about how it affects so many different aspects of your life, right? And many of us, I think, when we decided to join, thought that it was to just learn yoga. But tell me how it's affected, like your work and your home and the other things that you do, the other parts of your life.
Yeah. So I'm actually well, I keep saying the word actually. I'm a physical therapist. So this blends extremely well with my work and has already been a part of my work. Exercises that physical therapists typically give are yoga, even if we don't call them that. Like we do a prone press up, and that's a cobra.
Sure.
So yoga has given more definition to those things and a more deep understanding about what all of those poses do. I have always worked in a holistic and integrative approach, and this is just further broaden and deepen that. It's been really lovely for my work. And then at home, you know, I don't know, as I become I'm trying to think about the end. This will be a big edit. That I guess if I'm taking care of myself, then my relationships benefit from that. Yeah.
That's a really good point, because in this crazy world that we live in, and yours certainly is fast paced as you describe it, finding time to do that for ourselves becomes more and more difficult along the way. And I find that taking this time and making this commitment to do this for ourselves just has so many benefits in the long run, which you're describing perfectly, right?
Yeah.
What would you say to the person that might be watching this, that might be thinking of taking that step, but now they're hearing, oh my gosh, here's a professional that does this. Is it okay for me? What do I need to know? How am I going to do in this? What would you say to somebody who's thinking about starting this?
Yeah. Like, so for me, because of my background, the anatomy conversations were just totally fun for me. And that part was review, but then there were other parts like Sanskrit that was completely new and challenging. And I think, why this school and why this time? One is, here we are in Eastern Washington. It's accessible. You don't have to travel far or spend a lot of money on travel. That was a big pull for me. The other thing I really liked about the school, this is not in order of importance, was the timing. I hear of these 200-hour programs where they shove it all into 2 to 4 weeks, and I don't think you can integrate body practices in that period of time. You can't. So there'll be something at fault. And I've seen my body be able to take things on and do more and more, but because we've done this over time. And it also helps me see where I've faulted in being in my practice, and like, oh, I need to pick that pace back up here, or how am I going to take this particular piece that I've learned and bring it into my life. Whereas if it had been in 1 month, I just would not have developed any habits. I think the third thing is Heather and Joanna themselves. They're such an excellent combination. Heather's organizational skills and her knowledge base are rich, and Joanna as well at a different angle. She brings such heart and soul to her work, and her movement classes that she teaches within the yoga training they'll just take my pain away. You know, so they're a very strong combination that will give you a very solid base in yoga, and that's something I was looking for. There are getting to be more schools, and I don't know what they're doing, but I know what this school is doing is being very precise and organized, and making sure that you have all the pieces. Yeah.
That's awesome. Boy, couldn't have said it better. And it sounds to me like you would give a hearty, strong recommendation for those that are considering jumping into yoga teacher training.
Yeah, and I think if you love yoga, this is the next step. And you wouldn't even have to teach, but the preparation of this helps you your own personal practice. And that's really what yoga teaching is. Teaching is for people who want to learn more.
Exactly. Well, gosh, Sarah, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. It's been such a great time being on this journey together with you, too. So thanks so much.
Thank you.